Chucks howdy, and welcome to episode 27 of the Ramblin Cast podcast. I'm your host, Anthony.
I guess I'm Ricky.
He guesses he's Ricky. We're not quite sure. We're still waiting for the results in the test, but we believe he is Ricky.
Cool.
Cool. Yeah, very cool. And it's been about 2 weeks since the last podcast. Last podcast I talked about putting a part in my PC, and that kind of happened. Basically, I'll talk about my PC story real quick. I actually have never opened my PC in the 4 years I've owned it. So instead of putting the part in, I decided, you know what, let's just clean this fucker out. And it did not fix the issue, but I wanted to plug it back in and put everything together to make sure that after cleaning it, it still worked. And it does. So that's why we're recording right now. So next week I have to put that part in. Finally.
I thought you did that last week.
No, last week I cleaned it out.
Oh.
And then I put it back together to make sure it'd run again after cleaning it out. I used canned air. Yeah. I didn't know that shit got that cold. It was fucking frozen when I was done with it.
Canned air.
Yeah, you know, the air cleaner that you spray.
You bought canned air.
Yeah. The lady said, don't huff it. And I said, none of your damn business. Take my money.
Canned air.
Uh-huh.
They compressed air into a can and then sold it.
Yeah. That's what they do. That's how you clean PC fans. Which, oh my god. Like, I thought it was going to be a lot worse, but there was 2 parts in it that were really bad. I was like, damn. But, yeah, it's all cleaned. It's like the Lorax, you know? Bottled air.
I don't understand why. Why would you sell canned air?
You can buy it at Walmart if you wanted me to show you.
I don't need canned air. I have this machine that gives me all the canned air I could ever want.
Yeah, but I don't know if putting that machine next to a computer is a good idea.
Literally, it was $100.
Okay.
And I can regulate it down to shoot out like 2 psi.
Damn. Okay.
I don't just buy an air compressor.
I don't have any room for an air compressor.
You can buy small air compressors.
It's called my ass. It compresses a lot of shit. I thought that was a good joke. You didn't even say anything.
I'm still mad that they make canned air.
Yeah.
It's
over there somewhere. Let me grab it.
Somebody went like, these idiots will computers will buy anything, and they just release canned air.
Yeah.
Hey, then some idiot went into the store and like, ooh, that's canned air. I could use that to clean my computer.
Yeah. That's been around forever. I don't know why. Yeah, I'm surprised you never heard of it before. My uncle used to buy it all the time. I'm not sure why. I'm not gonna ask any questions. He's dead now, so I won't get any answers anyway.
But I have this thing. It's shaped like a can. And it recollects air.
I don't know.
So it's basically a bottomless can of air.
Well, I could go online and see if air compressor would be fine for a PC. PCs are very fucking stupid. If you get, like, static electric shock, you fucked up your whole machine, bud.
How would you get the electricity into the air?
I don't know.
It's a mechanical pump.
Mechanical? Boom.
But there's the motor part's electric, but the air collecting part's all mechanical.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm just here to clean out my fucking PC, man.
I'm not asking you questions. I'm just mad that canned air exists.
Yeah, you can buy it at Walmart. You can buy it in a single pack or a double pack. I bought the single pack. And I only used like half of it. So I still got it for next time. Or when I need, you know, stimulation.
You just You use it wrong, shove up ass.
How is this supposed to get me high? It just makes me want to fart.
Instructions unclear, can stuck in ass.
Yeah, I wonder if it does say don't use on rectum on there. It does say do not huff on the back. Yeah. I should mention we don't really have a topic for this episode, really, so we're kind of just winging this.
And I can assure you it'd work on computers because people with the old Fords have been doing it for years.
What?
The computers with the old Fords, if they get water in them, truck won't start, so they just take the brain box out
The brain box.
and just spray it down with compressed air, and then it'll start.
Cool. Old Fords had computers. Damn, we are getting into the future where we can say that now.
Yeah, actually, they had the brain boxes in the ignition brain boxes in the 70s.
Damn.
And, well, as long as you didn't let the ooze out, they worked.
The ooze.
They had this weird ooze shit in it. No one knows what it is, but if it leaked out, it'd stop working.
Interesting.
Sorry.
Should we figure out what the ooze is?
Yeah, I don't want to know what the ooze is, but if it gets out, it's kind of letting the smoke out of your electronics.
Okay.
Yeah, all electrical is just blue smoke. If you let the blue smoke out of the wires, the electronics don't work anymore.
Okay, Ricky. Okay. Did you hear this from the Joe Rogan podcast?
No.
Okay.
I don't watch the Joe Rogan podcast.
I have my doubts about that.
Why?
I don't know. You look like one of his followers now.
No. I just watch all the Joey Diaz videos.
Yes.
But,
Let's see. Anything else? Anything happened to you this weekend? Or this last 2 weeks?
I went to... My boss bought a truck.
A truck?
A truck, yeah. It's a older Ford F-350 with the 7.3 Power Stroke.
Oh my god, yeah.
It was an old ambulance.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it has a flatbed that's bigger than most trucks with a flatbed on it.
That's awesome.
Really, really cool truck.
Yeah.
I really do like it.
Do you think he's compensating?
His other vehicle is a Hyundai,
Elantra?
No, a Hyundai Santa Cruz.
Oh, is that one of those SUV trucks?
It's basically it's kind of like an El Camino with a smaller bed.
Okay.
It's half car, half truck.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about. I think I see one. I was like, oh man.
It's actually decent.
Really?
So he has the big F-350 in this, so you really don't know where it's going there.
Okay.
But yeah, he asked me if I'd go get him to pick it up because, well, I'm the only one in the shop that's ever dealt with Ford diesels.
Oh yeah?
And I went with him, and I've done some work to it.
Yeah?
It's a nice truck. And we had a situation where a driver let the blue smoke out of the electrical.
Uh-huh.
And needless to say, stuff didn't work anymore.
Okay.
So, full wiring harness and 84,000 fuses later, we got everything working.
84,000 fuses, goddamn.
I went through the...
What kind of fuses? Is it the old ones or the newer ones?
It's the mini fuses. It's the newer
okay,
style.
okay.
Yeah. I went through a whole case of fuses, so many blue.
Okay.
It was the, if you know how a semi-truck hood works, where it lifts up, he lost all power to his hood for all the lights and everything.
Damn.
Because the wiring harness got chewed up and, well, needless to say, it caught on fire.
All the blue smoke went out.
Yeah, when the fire caused all the blue smoke to come out.
Yeah.
And shit didn't work anymore. And then apparently the part that controls all the lights is controlled by like 8 or 9 different fuses.
Oh god.
None of them are marked for what they are.
Mm-hmm.
So you had to go through every single fuse. Did it once, a few lights started working. Did it again, more lights started working. A whole box of fuses later, we finally got them all replaced.
Nice.
And everything was working.
Mm-hmm. I bet he had to spend a lot of money.
Yeah, he got a lot of fuses.
Did you get any spares, or were you like, we don't have any spares left, bitch?
We didn't have any spares. We had to drive 45 minutes to another town to get fuses.
Okay.
To resupply the shop of fuses.
Well, I don't really have a work story necessarily. Work's actually been kind of slow still, but something interesting did sort of happen. As of last week, I've officially been working at Amazon longer than I worked at Love's.
Really?
As of last week, yep.
That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that.
It sucks, but then I check my old W-2s and compare them to my new W-2s. I'm like, haha, yeah.
You keep your old W-2s?
I think you're supposed to.
Oh. Well,
I think.
Fuck.
I don't know. I don't have my first one, but I do have my second.
Yeah, I think I have none from Love's. And I have most of the shop ones.
Okay. Do I have to cut that part out?
Yeah. Cool.
Okay. But, yeah. I'm getting paid pretty damn well. Not enough to move anywhere, but, you know, pretty damn well to live, I guess.
I have a house.
I know. But you still live with your parents.
But I own the house.
Yeah. My mom's told me she wants to put the house in my name, but I don't know if I really want this place. I'll be honest.
Huh. She gives it to you.
My mom's like in this weird phase. Well, for like the last couple of years, where she's like, Anthony, one day I'm not gonna wake up, and you're gonna try to wake me up, and I won't. And if you don't own the house by that time, you're gonna be homeless. I was like, okay. And she's like, you're gonna get this house. I'm gonna make sure you do that. And she hasn't done that yet.
If she doesn't wake up, you're probably gonna be the reason why.
We don't need to tell her that. She already knows that. But
you're
we don't
gonna have a home. It's called the state penitentiary.
Yeah, maybe. But I guess we gotta talk about the bad news. This is a thing that happened over the last 2 weeks. This is like possibly worse than a cancer diagnosis. This is like the worst thing I've ever been told. My mom watches Mr. Beast.
Well, I think you should start going forward with your plan.
Yeah. Well, what happened one day is I woke up, I went out into the living room, and she was watching the Mr. Beast Squid Game. And I was like, no.
Wait a minute. You said this last week.
Did I?
Probably.
I don't think I did.
I remember you saying something about this now.
I think I might have told you in private.
Oh. I don't remember the difference between us having a conversation and the podcast anymore.
Yeah, to be fair, we don't have many conversations much anymore. We live two very different lives now.
Very, very busy.
Yeah, me too. Other than last month, it's calmed down, but I think it's going to start up again soon. Because Amazon keeps having these fucking random sale days where it's like, oh, it's Valentine's Savings Day. It's like, shut the fuck up, bitch.
Oh, well, I actually am buying a bunch of shit off Amazon.
Stop. Oh, we finally got free Amazon Prime. If you work on Amazon, you get a free Amazon Prime now, starting this year.
Well, that sucks. Sorry to hear that.
I get to watch things for free. I mean, I already do, but now legally. Anyway, after that, I caught my mom watching some other Mr. Beast video where it was like he filled a swimming pool with pudding or something.
There's only... I don't know much about Mr. Beast. I don't really like the way he is for some reason.
No, he's awful.
He only did one thing that I thought was cool, and it was what he named his plane.
He has a plane? What did he name his plane?
He named it Mr. Beast and 7 others.
Mr. Beast and 7 others?
Yeah, because that's all the news is gonna say when it crashes.
That's interesting.
I'm sorry if you name your plane that. That's bonus points to liking you, and I still don't like him.
Yeah, me neither. And then when I caught her watching that, she's like, "You should watch this guy. He's interesting." I'm like, "No." I don't think she knows how famous he is. I don't even know how she found him. She doesn't watch YouTube. So either
he has his own channel on the Roku.
Oh, okay, that's probably how. Anyway, today I saw her watching another one where he was like, and this is only from me walking into the living room, taking a piss, and then leaving. Not in the living room, but to get to the bathroom. I don't piss in my living room anymore. But it was like this vacation video where he's like, "I'm gonna spend $100,000 and show you how to take the most fancy vacation in the United States." And then he had a fake Secret Service team, and he pretended to be the president. And then he's like, "Donald Trump loves McDonald's." So he had a whole Secret Service layout break into a McDonald's to get a McDonald's. I saw that today.
Why?
I don't know.
Why must they do these things?
I don't know, Ricky. But yeah. I've never seen a Mr. Beast video. I'm always proud to have that badge on my chest, but
it doesn't sound very entertaining. And this is from somebody who for 2 hours sit there and watched and played with a fucking spring off a hood, watching go boing, boing.
Cocky went boing boing.
That occupied way too much of my fucking day.
I mean, there are people who try to get slinkies to go down the stairs, and I think that's more fun than watching a Mr. Beast video. Pretty sure getting a fucking root canal is probably more fun than watching a Mr. Beast video.
I'm pretty sure trying to get that goddamn car started today was more fun than that.
You want to talk about getting that car started today?
Yeah, I finally got the Rabbit to start with no starter and no battery.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, and it ran good.
It ran good. And then you're like, damn, how the hell did I turn this bitch off?
Yeah, I wrapped a strap around the front tire, put it in gear because it's a manual, it's a real car. And I just drove forward with my truck. And it started.
Yeah.
The problem is you need the power to shut it off because it's also a diesel. Which is how it ran with no battery, no starter, no alternator. So I'm trying to snuff it out with a fucking 2x4, which eventually did work.
Eventually is the key word.
Yeah, eventually. Only to find out that I had a can of starting fluid sitting in the intake from my last week's escapade of trying to get it to run.
Did that affect anything?
No.
Okay.
I'm just glad it didn't backfire.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
You should have. I wish you could have smelled it when I took that when I took the air filter out.
Did you get high?
The air filter, the whole garage smelled like starting fluid. The entirety. And the starting fluid had actually stained the air filter.
Damn. How did it stain it?
You could just see everywhere where it was just spraying starting fluid directly on it. Cause This thing has eaten multiple cases of starting fluid.
Yeah, that rabbit is something.
Lots of starting fluid.
And lots more.
But I did fix the glow plugs.
Oh, that's good. So is it easier to start up or no?
It starts easier. It runs easier initially. Still smokes like a chimney.
Okay.
They're not fully working. One's still broken.
Okay.
But I moved that one to the end and moved one. I flopped the last one.
Flopped.
And the other one that's broken.
Yeah?
That way, at least 3 glow plugs are working.
Okay. How many glow plugs are supposed to be there?
4.
Oh, that's not bad.
But yeah. And I spent probably about $400 on parts for it.
Okay. That's not bad.
Yeah, I installed starter bushing, shift bushings, because they're just gone. Not like they're destroyed. They're not there. They're gone.
Who knows what happened to them?
I finally ordered a fuel cap.
Oh, cool.
Fucking regular old fuel cap.
Okay.
No fucking stupid ass locking cap that's been a pain in my ass the entirety of the time I've owned that vehicle.
Yeah, locking caps are a pain in the ass. I found out the hard way.
And also, I drained the fuel tank.
How was that?
It was interesting.
Yeah?
The collaboration of shit that has been poured into that tank.
Anything interesting?
Okay. This is what I can remember that I poured in the fuel tank of the Rabbit.
Okay.
It has 2 oil changes from my truck.
Okay.
It has its own oil change.
Alright.
A couple oil changes from a couple other vehicles.
Alright.
Some cooking oil. Used and new.
You put that in there?
Yes.
Okay.
It'll burn it.
I know.
It'll run off of it. Way too much fuel additive. You can smell that.
Nah.
And I think I dumped a whole bottle of Jack Daniels down the tank.
Did it shoot flames at any point?
No.
Okay.
No, the Jack Daniels was to thin out all the oil and everything in there. Might have worked.
Might have. Definitely got the car drunk.
But yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm taking a bunch of diesel cans and all the stuff that was in there. I'm putting about a gallon of it in each can, and then because it's 5 gallons, I've been putting 4 gallons of diesel on top of that, so I can just burn it through.
Yeah.
With a little bit more diesel than it was in that tank.
Okay.
Because I think only 20% of what was in the tank was diesel.
Damn. So you're gonna do with the tank now that it's off, or did you put it back on?
I didn't take it out.
Oh, okay.
I pulled the cap on top and sucked her through the sending unit with a shop vac.
Cool.
But yeah, that was an interesting.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting when we have to clean out the gas tank on the Gremlin.
Yeah.
Yeah. That might still have gas from the 80s in it.
Yeah. I mean, it ran.
It did run.
All the varnish we're gonna have to clean out of that thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And lead.
Leaded fuel was illegal before that thing was built.
Okay. I'm really tired. I had a fucking weird morning. I don't really have this problem. I don't know if I should talk about this, but I woke up and after like 30 minutes I was like red in the face and I was really hot and I was like, what the fuck? I checked my blood pressure and it was really high, but I calmed it down, drank some water, went outside, calmed down a bit. It went down and then I just got really sleepy and I've just been really tired all day. I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know why I woke up like that. But yeah. I never really had that problem before. It just kind of happened. I was like, oh, fun.
Today hasn't been bad.
Everyone I know today has been, like, really sick, and I don't know why. Like, even not Canadian Batman, fucking throwing up everywhere. It's like, alright, bud.
As I do every Saturday morning. I woke up.
Yeah? Oh, I thought you meant you throw up everywhere.
No, I woke up still kind of drunk.
Yeah.
Because, well, you weren't supposed to drink a little bit on Friday. What is Friday for?
True.
And just like I do every other Saturday, I ordered breakfast. Because every other Saturday, I fucking want breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Every pay Saturday, I fucking order same goddamn breakfast.
What do you get?
So I found my favorite skillet, but it's a mix of two things from a restaurant.
Okay.
It's the one across the street from the grocery store uptown.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I haven't been there in a while.
Yeah, I get a skillet, but the skillet only comes with cheese, so I get a thing of biscuits and gravy, and I mix it in with it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fucking boatload of food, so I eat probably about just under 3/4 of it, and then split the other 2 between the dogs.
Yeah.
Because the dogs deserve a treat.
The dogs or the dog? And the other one just kind of is there.
No, both dogs get it.
Okay.
I have to separate them in the room. I have to put one in the kitchen and one in the,
Are they food aggressive?
Not really.
Okay.
Well, Coco is.
Norman is very food aggressive. I don't know why.
Buckeye just would walk away to save the situation.
Yeah.
So I put him in the kitchen all by him lonesome so he could eat.
Yeah. That's what we have to do when we feed the cat, and so we have to put the dog in the bathroom.
Yeah. I mean, Coco's fine when it's dog food, but when it's people food, she's very food aggressive.
Interesting. We think Sally, our cat, I think she's near the end. She keeps falling down when she likes to sit on the TV stand now for some fucking reason.
Mm-hmm.
And she's a little too wide to fit on it, so every hour or two she just on the ground. It's not, I shouldn't laugh, but it's loud too. Like, that cat is so fucking fat, it crashes and shakes the room.
Yeah. My dog it's kind of stupid, so he kind of...
Only kinda.
Well, she's kind of stupid and kind of falls off shit.
Yeah.
Frequently gets stuck in the mini blinds.
Oh, Timmy used to do that all the time.
She'll just walk up to the window, but she'll step over the mini blinds and go to get down. And it touches her stomach, so she freaks out and it spins. And then she's got herself high-centered where her feet, none of her paws touching the ground.
Is she doing the doggy paddle while doing it, or no?
She used to. Now she just...
she just lays there.
She's just there. You walk in the room, she looks at you, just like... I don't know what happened, but it happened again.
It happened again. Oh, it's like that Family Guy joke. 911, yeah, it's stuck in the window again. Yeah.
She's just dangling there, just help. One time she did it. It was late at night. And my neighbor walked by really drunk and thought my dog could levitate.
Is it the same neighbor that tried to throw me into a fire pit?
Yes.
Okay, I had a feeling it was him.
It's really funny. Well, like, last night I was walking down the road. I happened to look over and your dog was levitating.
Okay.
It's like... No, she wasn't. I know what happened. I'm like, what happened? Why was she floating? She's stuck in the mini blinds again.
Yeah. Anyway. I got one other thing. I don't know where else to put it. Actually, it's in wrap-up. Mm-hmm. Alright, so we'll do that later. But anything else for the last 2 weeks have happened?
Can't think anything.
Yeah. I will say, when it comes to Amazon, it is weird because Hardee's felt like a whole chapter in my life, but Amazon hasn't really felt like that. I don't know if it's because it's easier work or if I'm just less stressed out, but like when I did the math and found out that I was working at Amazon longer than Hardee's, I was like, what the hell? It's because it does not feel like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll get into my YouTube recommendations, which I got.
Yay.
I got two kinda. So the first one is an actual YouTube video. Mm-hmm. It's called "YouTube Ads Are Not Safe for Advertisers" by Fat Magic, where he started like a new YouTube account and didn't turn on ad block, and then screenshot all the ads that would pop up, and all of them were about AI chat girls that want to have sex with you. That's all it was. A majority of it, at least.
Okay.
It's very weird. But a good video. I love Fat Magic. He's a TF2 YouTuber. But yeah. The other video, this is a TikTok. This is a new TikTok challenge, which is really stupid, but it's really funny. I think I found the funniest example. This is, I don't know what the challenge is called, but it's where you get someone who's very old, either your parent or your grandparent. You give them a meme, and you make them read it, and that's it. It doesn't sound very funny, but it kind of is, because they have no idea what the hell they're saying. But here's my favorite. Enjoy.
You ready? Skiddaboy toilet.
Skiddaboy toilet. I would think about Skiddaboy toilet. Yeah.
This is why I drink.
Speaking of TikTok, I know we shouldn't get into news yet, but last podcast was recorded while TikTok was banned. For the 16 hours it was banned.
Yeah, did you read the message?
I did read the message.
He wasn't president yet.
He was not president. He wasn't president until the day after that. It's very confusing, but oh well.
You
I still think TikTok's going to get banned. It just has 75 days, which even less now.
Yeah, I'm going to say my theory on it. I think it was a non-related to Trump political stunt that was kind of stupidly done.
What, banning TikTok or what?
No, the whole lights out on TikTok thing.
Okay.
I think they legitimately shut her down for 16 hours as like a political stunt, but because they're not from America, they got it. They did everything a day early.
Oh yeah, like Chinese time. I think China's out a day ahead of us.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is the guy's not actually. He's from a different country. He's not.
Oh yeah, yeah. Is it Taiwan or it's
something
not
like
Taiwan?
That. Yeah, TikTok's not actually from China, I think.
Yeah. Well,
but
TikTok,
they just think it is.
TikTok is from China, but the guy who owns the U.S. branch is not Chinese.
Yeah, he has no relations to China at all.
Yeah, I can't quite remember what country. He kept repeating it, and then the Congress people were like, "Are you Chinese or Japanese? Are you Chinese or Japanese?" I don't remember what he said though. So
yeah, he's from some Asian.
I don't think it's Thailand. Or no, it might have been Thailand. I'm getting Thailand, Taiwan confused. One of those two, I think.
Yeah, something like that. The guy's just like, no. But I do think it's a legitimate political stunt that's not related to Trump to try to make Trump look good. They just fucked it up.
I've noticed a couple of people have been doing that, and the reason I heard, I like to believe it, because Trump is talking about this whole AI thing. He's starting a whole AI facility, and the thing is that Biden started it, but Trump's not getting the credit. And people are like, well, if we don't give him credit, then he won't fund us. And it's like, yeah, I can believe that.
Yeah, don't really care, but
yeah. Anyway, let's get into the wrap up, which I don't know why this is in wrap. Oh yeah. So we talked about the pee pee poo poo podcast.
Yeah.
The AI podcast, and I found out how to make one. Did you hear it last episode?
Yeah. You sent it to me.
Okay.
I still have no idea what we talked about that episode, and it did not clarify very well.
What, you getting hit by a car or the pee pee poo poo?
You never sent me the you got hit by a car one.
Oh, well, that's on the YouTube. I thought I sent that to you. I'm sorry.
I've actually looked there. And...
I can send it to you right now.
Okay, yeah, and I'll listen to it later. That one's gonna be fucking hilarious.
It is interesting. So videos, boom. It's not playing on speakers. Very cool.
Vietnam. The fuck?
Ripping out teenager's hair, growling in bizarre spiritual cleansing. Okay. It looks like he'd rip out a teenager's hair, but never mind. Anyway, so on this AI, I found out you can ask it questions, and so I had all 25 of episodes put into it, and I asked it some questions.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, two things. The AI fucking hates us. They also say we're irrelevant. That's all they say, is that we're irrelevant. So,
I mean, no fucking shit, Sherlock.
Yeah. It also, I asked it to do butt stuff counter, and it did not understand what that meant at all. It just kept saying, here's an example when they said butt stuff. It's like, okay. But, here we go. I asked it some questions. So, first of all, I asked it about autism, how many times we bring it up.
Mm-hmm.
How many times we speak about certain celebrities. I asked if it could figure out where we live, and it did say Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
Political humor, drinking habits, trying to figure out which host is who. It turns out when you add the videos to YouTube on here, it can't separate the voices. It can only use text. Mm-hmm. So it has a difficult time determining who's Ricky and who's Anthony.
Okay, host of the Rambling.
And then our stance on furries, self-image and self-deprecation. I can't pronounce that word. Making fun of ourselves and our appearance. Our content and themes. So any of these topics sound interesting to read off from the AI?
I want to know the drinking habits.
All right. The host of Ramblin Cast. I want to mention, before I get started, I have never drunk a sip of alcohol my entire life.
Yeah.
But it thinks we're both alcoholics equally. The hosts of Ramblin Cast podcast discuss alcohol, but they do not explicitly state what their favorite alcohol beverages are. That's what I think I asked, is what our favorite drinks would be. However, the source do provide some information regarding their drinking habits and preferences, which can be summarized as following. General alcohol consumption. The hosts frequently mention drinking alcohol, especially during the podcast recordings. They often joke about being drunk or hungover, suggesting that alcohol is a daily part of their regular lives. One host mentions that he only drinks on podcast days. I wonder who said that.
Well, it's Saturday.
Alright, so here are a list. Beer. One host mentions that he doesn't really buy alcohol. This suggests he does not regularly drink and primarily drinks when he is with his co-host, which I don't.
Nope.
The hosts discuss going to the Wally's Beer Room and how a lot of bad nights has started in the Wally's Beer Room.
That's fucking true.
One states that the Canadian beer is better than American beer, but this is said in context of a King of the Hill episode. Liquor, it just says liquor. One of the hosts describes a time he guzzled a bottle of Jack Daniels. This suggests that he has a preference to hard liquor, or at least accustomed to drinking it. One host mentioned he was severely intoxicated while on the podcast. Root beer as a substitute. In one episode, the hosts conduct a tier list of 30 different root beers, which shows their interest in the beverage. While not alcoholic, the episode indicates that they are interested in trying different drinks. One host admits he thought he was not addicted to caffeine, but realizes this root beer brand has caffeine in it. The hosts also talk about having secondhand diabetes. I don't know what this has to do with alcohol. This one's weird because it just describes the same event. One of the hosts describes a time where they drank 30 or 31 root beers, which is literally the last one we talked about. One host mentions that he has finished up drinking all the root beers on the tier list, blah, blah, blah. One host mentions he just needs to start drinking alcohol again. Other mentions the hosts make jokes about butt chugging root beer, but this is just a joke and not a genuine preference. One host buys a drink called Stalin from a candy store. It's not alcohol, I don't think. Wait, was it? No, it was like a no.
Oh, I have an update about the stolen root beer. The stolen drink.
Give me 1 second. It's often talked about King of the Hill, and then, yeah. While the sources don't explicitly name a favorite alcohol beverage for either host, they do imply both hosts drink beer and liquor, but that one host drinks less frequently. The hosts also seem to enjoy a variety of beverages that are alcoholic, not alcoholic. Alright, that's the end of that. First of all, I don't drink alcohol.
I can second that one. He doesn't.
Alright, so what's happened to the stolen Stalin?
So the label and that part of the bottle is fine.
Okay.
It is still cool as it was.
The liquid inside of it's missing?
The liquid inside of it is missing, and also the top is missing.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
So Dummy McDumbass forgot it in the garage. Then forgot it in the garage.
Okay.
Then forgot about its existence in entirety.
Yeah.
So I walked in the garage not an hour ago.
Yeah.
Walked in there, and all I see is the Stalin part, and then the cut in half, and top's gone, and soda everywhere.
Did it blow up?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Oh, I did get into negative digits, so it probably froze and blew out the bottle.
Yeah, probably.
But the main part that's important is still there.
Okay. Anyway, sorry, reading. You want to know anything else about celebrities, autism? Autism. I knew you would.
Yes.
This one sounds long, thank God. The source contains a number of references to autism, often in the context of jokes or personal anecdotes. Here are breakdowns of how autism is portrayed in the provided transcripts. Self-identification and diagnosis. Some individuals in the transcript, including one of the hosts, identifies as autistic, whatever that means. One of the hosts mentions being diagnosed with autism. Another host mentions never being diagnosed, but wouldn't be surprised if they were. Mm-hmm. I wonder who's who.
Yeah.
Stereotypes and humor. The source uses autism as a source of humor, often relying on stereotypes. For example, one person says that another dream of a repeated TikTok video is autism. You talk about having a TikTok video?
Oh, yeah, the spinning pan on the stove, on the convection stove.
Oh, yeah.
The fucking Funky Town.
Mm-hmm. Another host mentioning liking Legos with autism, saying they're instinctual for them to love Legos.
I've been fighting that one for years. I won't even walk into that section of stores because I know I'll stop and look, and I will not give in to that stereotype.
There's a joke about one of the hosts getting rejected for something because of the tism. I don't know what he got rejected for.
I don't know.
Oh, gun permit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's also a remark about a character's R being as wide as the Red Sea, referring to autism. What does that mean? Their R being as wide as the Red Sea.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what that last one means. There was a source here, but I kind of removed them all on accident.
Mm-hmm.
Personal experiences and sensory sensitivities. Mm-hmm. One individual mentions having autism and being a boat autistic as opposed to a train autistic. Another references that they were distracted by repeating the word hard hat, saying they say I'm autistic. So something about wearing a hard hat.
Mm-hmm.
That might have been me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I said I'm autistic. I'm retarded. I got this hard hat at work now. Yeah, I remember now. Another talks about an autistic individual not liking being touched or surprised. Here we have one. Here we have a part called the Tard card. One of the speakers mentions that they have a Tard card, which they sometimes call on. They also say that they will pull out a tard card from their hard hat. I don't know what that means.
I want to know what that means.
That you just have a tard card, so whenever someone does something retarded,
Is it like an N-word pass?
I don't know. Generalizations. When a speaker makes a generalization that some people with autism will loop the same thing over and over again. The podcast. Autism is a general term. One of the speakers equates not being able to hear someone as autistic. That's deaf. That's not autism.
I don't know.
The autistic thing. One of the speakers mentions that liking Legos is one of the autistic things I tried to keep under wraps, which I think is what you just admitted.
Yeah, like I hide from Legos and don't go around Legos because fucking that I'm not giving into that stereotype.
Okay. The portrayal of autism in the transcript is varied, ranging in personal identification, experiences, and the use of stereotypes for humor. It's important to note these sources reflect a casual and sometimes insensitive use of the term, and may not accurately represent the experiences with individuals with autism. I guess we're kind of mean to autistic people.
Yes, you are.
Yes, I am.
But I legitimately do have autism.
Alright, anything else you want to read about?
The most unsensitive people to autistic people are other butt stuff.
This is not... The phrase butt stuff has been said a number of times, and then it just lists out examples.
Okay.
That's the one I was really disappointed with.
Yeah, I'm disappointed too.
Butt stuff.
Butt stuff.
Content themes, self-image and humor, stance on furries, identifying the host.
Stance on furries, because I know they're going to get this one wrong.
The podcast stance on furries is complex and not clearly defined as either pro or anti-furry. Based on the available sources, there are instances of both acceptance and mockery within the podcast, suggesting a mixed view rather than a definitive position. Acceptance, A lot of this has to do with episode 13. I think that might have been the one
Okay.
Doofy was on, I think.
Yeah, so that'd be...
In episode 13, one of the hosts, Doofy, he's not host, is revealed to be a furry. He openly discussed his OC and his history as a furry since 7th grade. He is comfortable sharing this aspect with the host, and they seem accepting of this. One of the hosts even offers to draw Doofy's character, that was me, suggesting an act of support. Also in episode 23, one of the hosts mentions that they saw a furry for the first time in public and did not acknowledge them, which does not necessarily indicate a negative perspective, but more of one of avoidance. Mockery and jokes. In episode 13, one of the hosts makes a joke about Doofy being a furry before Doofy reveals it, so we just outed him. This indicates a potential mockery humor. In the same episode, one of the hosts makes a joke about drawing a furry and says that they tried drawing people. This suggests that they are not really interested in furry subculture. I don't know what that means. In episode 13, one of the hosts refers to a person who likes Steven Universe as a weirdo and then says that that's the furry saying that to go touch grass, damn, get some pussy for real.
What the fuck? You just have a stroke, or is that what it says?
That's what it said. That's the furry saying that to go touch grass, damn, get some pussy for real. This use of touch grass is a common internet phrase suggesting the furry is detached from reality and has negative comments about furries. In episode 13, one of the hosts... It's a lot. Episode 13. One of the hosts jokes about having a thing for a bunny character from Zootopia and making sexually suggestive comments, which results in the joke of that Disney is being forced to vasectomy him. Yeah.
Huh.
In episode 17, one of the hosts jokingly mentions that the actor who was the voice of the squirrel in Over the Hedge has a weird face.
Oh, no. Well, okay. That makes no fucking sense.
General tone. The overall tone of the podcast is often irrelevant and humorous, with the hosts frequently making jokes about variety, that's the word I'm looking for, of subjects. They often make jokes at the expense of others, and the jokes they make are about furries should seem in this context rather than as explicit statements against the subculture. Based on this, it's probably more accurate to say the podcast doesn't have a clear pro or anti-furry stance, but rather a mixed acceptance of mockery and acceptance. The hosts seem comfortable with Doofy being a furry, but also joke about the subculture. The joke seems to be more poking fun at people and the subculture in general, rather than slinging out furries specifically for their delusion, which is a hard word choice to use. This means that the hosts likely do not have a strong feeling on the matter. Yeah.
Okay. They got real serious there for no fucking reason.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah, it gets real serious. And I also want to bring up a lot that we're a comedy podcast. Just in case you weren't sure, in case you took everything seriously.
Don't listen to them.
Alright, autism, celebrities...
Don't let their liberal media tell you how to think and feel. If you have hate in your heart, let it out.
Hell yeah, brother. Celebrities, where we live, political humor, identifying the cast, self-image, content themes. Yeah. We don't have to do any more if we don't want to.
Oh, we can do political humor and where we live. I want to...
Alright, we'll do where we live first. This one gets really fucked up. It kind of starts out in the right spot and then just kind of goes all towards the Midwest.
Mm-hmm.
And then at some point it just starts saying locations we bring up, like, whatever. And then, I do kind of want to do... There's one I really wanted to do, because it's really funny. Self-images and humor. There's a really funny line in that one. Alright. The Ramblin Cast podcast does not have one specific location, but the hosts discuss places that they have been and things that have happened to them. Here are a summary of locations mentioned. Illinois is a state that is frequently mentioned in the podcast. At one point, the hosts mentioned driving from Midwest, Middle Central Illinois to New York City, which is when Not Canadian Batman went to New York against his will. One of the hosts mentions living in Northern Illinois, which has his favorite racetrack. The hosts also mention a town in Illinois where they attend a Thresherman show and a parade blocked off the downtown area. They also mention Runnings, a store with a lot of root beer. The podcast mentions a trip to New York his friend took. One of the hosts mentions going to Walmart. Though this specific location is not specified. We're recording here live at Walmart. The hosts discuss a trip to a gas station called Circle K, where a stabbing grab occurred. They also mentioned Steak and Shake is near the Circle K. They mentioned a Rivian plant. The hosts discuss an incident that happened in Baltimore where the bridge collapsed. La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Yeah, that's all you gotta say there. It's just La Crosse, Wisconsin.
The hosts mentioned a road trip to Bloomington. One of the hosts mentions a trip to Japan he's considering. Some about Arkansas and a Johnny Cash statue, Las Vegas Sphere. The hosts often mention that the show is very Canadian, which I don't know what that means. The hosts discuss a situation where people from Canada came there, shop needing work done.
Oh, yeah, the fucking Canadians.
One of the hosts has a friend they refer to as Not Canadian Batman who has properties in Mexico. And yeah, so I didn't really know where you're at. It thinks we're inside a Walmart right now.
We're
at the La Crosse, Wisconsin Walmart, and prices here are pretty good.
They are drunk driving and shitting their pants everywhere.
There are multiple holes inside the walls from where the cars have came through, and some have even went out a different hole. Sound like Dr. Phil. You are a stupid bitch. Open the door or I'm going to throw rocks through your window. Oh my god, it's been an hour. Whoops.
Oh god.
Alright. Political humor. Oh, this is a long one.
Jesus fuck.
I hate reading. The Ramblin Cast podcast does not represent a clear or concise political stance, but rather offers mixed views often expressed through humor and sarcasm or comedy. Here's a breakdown. This general disdain for politics and politicians. The hosts express a strong dislike and distrust of politicians in general. They believe politicians are often stupid, uneducated, and motivated by self-interest rather than a genuine concern for public.
I can see you and me in that one statement alone.
They often state that politicians are only in politics because they are too stupid to live a normal life. One of the hosts compared voting for politicians as voting for a Down syndrome kid as a prom king.
I'm just gonna go right off the bat and say I probably said that.
I think you might have.
That's a very me thing to say.
Voting for a Down syndrome kid is prom king. That's a hell of a sentence.
Oh yeah, I definitely said that. I don't remember saying that, but
Me
yeah.
neither. I think this might have been when I laughed, because I kind of remember laughing my ass off when I first read that. Skepticism towards the political system. The hosts often seem disillusioned with politics, with the political process, and express the belief that it is broken or corrupt. They view the political landscape as a choice between two undesirable candidates, and they believe that the system is designed to benefit the elite rather than the common people. One of the hosts states, "We really never having a good president again."
I also probably said that.
Sorry, it's a lot of reading. I read in my head, I don't read out loud, alright? Oh no, what did you see?
Don't worry about what I saw.
Is it that one?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know why he's up here. Critiques of both sides of the political spectrum. While the hosts do express some opinions that might be seen as leaning one way or another, they don't align themselves with any specific political party. They are willing to criticize both left-leaning and right-leaning figures and their ideas. They seem to be equal critical of the crazy people on the right and the dumb people on the left. Specific political figures. Donald Trump. The host often mentions Trump, but their opinions of him are mixed. They find some of his behavior and statements to be humorous or bizarre, but they don't necessarily express support. One of the hosts mentions that Trump likes to work at... This is the one where the AI kind of got confused. One of the hosts mentions that Trump likes to work at McDonald's, and he thinks it was cool, and he did an interview with Joe Rogan. They seem amused by his antics rather than supportive. He worked at McDonald's. I don't know why he brought up that. It phrased it so weird, like he was employed there forever. Joe Biden. The host mentions Joe Biden primarily in the Biden primarily in the.
You're having a stroke?
I'm doing the Joe Biden.
Oh.
Okay. In context of his speech he gave, the one the host finds funny. Who the hell does he think he is? One of the hosts fixates on the way Biden says who the hell does he think he is and finds it humorous, and that's apparently all we ever talked about him. Alright, you excited? Jesus Christ, this is long. Brandon Herrera. One of the hosts mentions that Brandon Herrera is at the top of the list for people who should run the ATF. They also mentioned that if Brandon Herrera were voted in, it would probably ruin him. RFK Jr. One of the hosts says that he doesn't have a strong opinion towards RFK Jr., but he hates the way he talks. That's not even what he sounds like. George Santos. The host mentioned George Santos and how he was kicked out of office, but they also say he wants to run again. One of the hosts says that no one knows who the fuck he really is, implying he is a ridiculous character. And then social issues. The hosts touch upon social issues such as same-sex marriage and transgender rights, with one of the hosts saying the Republicans want to take these rights away, and the other one says that he will have no comment on that. One of the hosts mentions he made a post, if someone hands you free drugs for Halloween, you should thank them. Razor blades could work too, whatever that means. which suggests he is not completely against drug use. Use of humor and sarcasm. The hosts often use humor or sarcasm when discussing politics, which makes it difficult to discern their genuine opinion. They also are more likely to make jokes and poke fun at political figures than to express strong political views. And lack of deep engagement. The hosts admit that they don't follow politics closely and often express a lack of knowledge about specific political events or issues. One of the hosts admits that he doesn't really like politics, and the other one does not follow politics. They are both primarily interested in discussing what they find funny or absurd. They mention that they have the podcast to complain about... Wait, what? They mentioned that they have the podcast to complain and do not seem overly interested in making political statements or swaying opinions. Overall, the Ramblin Cast podcast... Oh, this is fun. The Ramblin Cast podcast does not align with any particular side of the political spectrum, and rather seems to take a libertarian or independent stance with a focus on personal freedoms and distrust of the government and political power. The hosts are not deeply engaged with politics and more are likely to treat someone as a source of humor. Their commentary is often critical and irrelevant. There it is. Rather than aligned with a specific ideology. The podcast focuses primarily on humor and entertainment, which, yeah. And that's about it.
I just love the first paragraph. That was amazing.
Which one? Oh, voting for a Down syndrome kid as the prom king? Yeah.
I loved it. Like, I could definitely tell you what I said, even if I don't remember saying it.
Yeah, that's a hell of a quote. I don't even remember saying that. That's fucked up. I don't remember ever saying that. Or hearing that. Alright, this is the fun one. Podcast hosts, self-image, and humor. The sources do not contain information that would allow us to determine which host is sexier. I think that's what I asked it. Who's sexier? However, there are some details about the host that could be relevant. Physical descriptions. Here we go. The hosts frequently make comments about their own appearances and the appearances of others. In the first video podcast, one of the hosts mentions that the viewers can see their ugly asses. In other instance, one of the hosts states, "I look more bloated than usual." One of the hosts says he has good titties. One of the hosts says that they have speech impediment and that they are half asleep. The hosts also mentioned that one of the hosts has bug bites and it looks like he needs a shower. Which, yeah, I had bad bug bites. I still have a few.
Mm-hmm.
Costumes. In one episode, the hosts dress up as a costume. One is a hipster douchebag, and the other one looks like someone who's about to shoot up a Walmart. Oh, here we go. Self-deprecating humor. The hosts often engage in self-deprecating humor, making fun of their own appearance and behavior. They frequently joke about their bodies and their weight. Body image issues. One of the hosts mentions that they are too ashamed of their own body to look at it in the light. Which is a hell of a thing.
What the fuck?
Audience perception. In one episode, one of the hosts mentions that all the girls wanted one of the hosts at Hardee's, and it's very much true, which I don't know if that has to do with anything. While these provide detail and some insight on the host's think of themselves and how they present themselves, they do not offer any information to directly assist which host is sexier. The host makes jokes about themselves and focus on the podcast, not physical attractiveness. Too ashamed of their own body to look at it in the light. I think that's the line that I laughed really hard at. It's like, damn. Anyway. Whew, that's a lot of reading. Is there anything I should ask the bot if I put in all the videos again?
I can think of a few things.
Yeah? What do you think?
Which host is most likely to be... Which host is the racist one?
Okay. Is the podcast racist? How I asked that.
Okay, that'll work.
Okay.
I feel like that would be funny.
Alright. Is that the only thing for now?
Yeah, that's about it. That's all I can think of.
Okay. That means I get to stop reading for now. Ooh. My mouth hurts.
Read a fucking book.
I fucking did.
I haven't.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, should we get into the news finally?
Yay. I like how we're an hour in and we have said nothing.
Yeah, pretty much. Alright, news. Not a lot. Fundy Fridays is a YouTube channel I follow. The guy on there, his name is James. He has announced he has testicular cancer.
Ow.
Yeah, it's not something... It's unfortunate. And this is actually not the last time we might bring up testicular cancer in this podcast. But yeah. Just a good YouTuber. I really like them, and just unfortunate to hear them. TikTok returned.
Yeah.
Pretty self-explanatory. I just have here Trump inauguration, which was interesting.
I haven't heard anything about it.
You haven't heard about Elon Musk or anything?
No.
Oh. Do you want to know?
There's probably a lot to know about Elon Musk.
Yeah, probably. He did a Hitler salute at the inauguration.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like 10 other people have?
Yeah.
That's not an isolated incident. It's Elon, so we hear about it.
Yeah, but it's just the way he did it. My heart goes out to you. Anyway, the Tom Green documentary. Did you hear about this? Tom Green released a documentary. And it's the second thing he's ever directed. And I actually did watch it, actually, today.
What's it about?
It's just about his career.
Oh, that's cool.
It started out kind of slow, I'm not gonna lie. It got really interesting when he actually started talking about him working on the show, the Tom Green show. He talked about how, like, he inspired so many people. He was inspired by David Letterman, and he, of course, inspired Eric Andre. And he also said he inspired Joe Rogan, because apparently Tom Green had one of the first ever video podcasts on his own website back in 2006.
So Tom Green's Canadian.
He is Canadian.
Is he related to Red Green?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Tom Green's parents appear in the documentary. Apparently, I never saw the Tom Green show. I've only ever seen Freddy Got Fingered. But apparently, notoriously, he would sneak into their house at 3 a.m. and with the camera crew and do some pranks on them while they were sleeping, which is great. They had a whole thing where you painted their car. It looked like a slutmobile and had two lesbians 69ing on the hood. And then when the dad started walking to work, he got to a bus stop, and so Tom Green drove the car. He's like, "Why don't you get a ride, Dad?" In the slutmobile. Tom Green has said in the documentary that looking back at all the footage, he kind of cringes at a lot of it. Yeah, he's like, I think he has finally learned social anxiety. I think after years of not doing this, he's realized, like, damn, why did I do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he doesn't regret a lot of it.
There's got to be some things he regrets.
Probably. He said that the show was really popular. He was getting married to Drew Barrymore, and then that's when he got his testicular cancer diagnosis. And that's kind of what seemed to really mess him up. He recorded his surgery and showed it on his show, which we see video of that. We see his intestines, which is great. We see his testicle outside of his body. Yeah, but after the surgery, it kind of fucked him up. Like, he talks about how he has, like, pain in his left leg and it goes up to his spine now. Yeah. And he never canceled the Tom Green show. It just, after the surgery, he was, like, completely out of it. And, yeah. It seemed like he went through somewhat of a depression, and he didn't really know how to express it. And then that's when Freddy Got Fingered happened, which was fun. He talked about how he enjoyed making movies more than the actual Tom Green show. Yeah. And he talked about how his relationship with Drew Barrymore broke down, mostly because of his cancer diagnosis. It stressed him out and just kind of went away. And it just sort of ends with him being like, yep, after all that, I started an internet show, which was popular for a while. I inspired Joe Rogan. And then I just bought a ranch out in Colorado, and that's where I live now. Or, no, he lives in Canada, excuse me. Yeah, he lives in Canada now on just a little ranch. A little farm.
That's cool.
Yeah. It was a really neat documentary. I was kind of surprised. Like, it started out not that interesting, but as it got into the show, it was pretty good. It didn't talk about Freddy Got Fingered a whole lot, though. Actually, what was interesting was Tom Green was honest and openly said that he was really sad that Freddy Got Fingered bombed and that people hated it. Mm-hmm. Like, he seemed like he was genuinely surprised.
Well, again, he had a different movie in his head.
Maybe.
He wasn't able to make the movie he wanted from the stories I've gotten.
He does say he's happy with the film, though. But
that's all that matters.
The one thing that surprised him, well, first of all, he did go to the Razzies and bring his own red carpet. Something I didn't know was that he was the first ever director to show up for his Razzie Award. I didn't know that. The Razzie's been around since the 80s, so it took 20 years with Tom Green. And one like New York reviewer gave Freddy Got Fingered a good review, and apparently Tom Green, he's always enjoyed that review. They actually pinned it on his fridge, like the newspaper clipping of it. So yeah, the one good review of Freddy Got Fingered.
Yeah, now that is now probably a cult classic.
Freddy Got Fingered is a cult classic. Every person I know who has seen Freddy Got Fingered fell in love with it.
Yeah,
it's one of those movies that like I can see it at the time bombing, because I don't think there was an audience for that quite yet.
Yeah, it's kind of like Fear and Loathing. The people who love that movie either were far and few between or weren't born yet.
Yeah, I think another thing Tom Green brings up is like how he was constantly in the news, and that's why he thinks people really hated Freddy Got Fingered. Because one second he has this big show, he inspires Jackass, he's married Drew Barrymore, he's got testicular cancer, he's hanging out with Monica Lewinsky trying to sell purses, and then he decides to make a movie, direct it, and star in it, and he said people are probably fatigued of seeing him so much, which I could maybe see. Because when we first watched Freddy Got Fingered, we didn't really know who he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Is it a perfect movie? Is it? No.
Yes.
But is it a... It's a movie that needs to exist.
It does.
When's it going into the fucking Congress?
God, we should write them about that. Write every single congressman.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, it was a good documentary. I was kind of surprised that this documentary was made. And yeah, basically all he does now is just work on his farm and just stand up in a little place in Canada. Yeah, and that's all he does now.
That's cool.
He also did indicate that he would never not come back. If he ever thought about something and he wanted to make it, he would try his hardest to come back. But he's also said that it's kind of difficult because he's not very well remembered. Yeah.
Yeah, but...
I mean, he did get this documentary made, so, hey. Yeah. It's on Amazon Prime Video if anyone wants to check it out. I highly recommend it. I recommend it if you know a little more about Tom Green. But from all the stuff that I knew, there's some stuff that shocked me. Like, I didn't know he filmed his own fucking surgery and aired it on TV. Yeah. Yeah. They were scared that his testicular cancer went into his lymph nodes, and so they cut him open to check all his lymph nodes and make sure there's no cancer in him. And that's what was broadcast, was that getting cut open and all his lymph nodes checked out. Yeah. But I don't think there's anything else to talk about. I just highly recommend it, and yeah, and Freddy Got Fingered too.
Yeah. Gotta watch it at least once.
Yeah. King of the Hill is coming to Fortnite. Dang it, Bobby. What is this Fortnite? Oh!
When are we getting
the reboot?
Yeah.
I think we are like on the edge of the King of the Hill reboot trailer coming out. Or a teaser at least. I say, what is it? It's February next month. I would say sometime probably in April.
Okay.
That's my theory. I have no reason to say that. I just have a feeling it's going to be around April, maybe a little bit after, possibly. But I think we're going to get it this year.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
But I'm curious about what King of the Hill is coming to Fortnite. I wonder what they're going to add. They're going to add a Hank skin, and that's all we know. I think they're going to add Hank's truck. That'd be cool. But I don't know who else they would add. Hopefully Dale. Dale's my favorite. Craig of the Creek, a Cartoon Network show, has ended after 7 years. I think that's interesting just because there's not a lot of Cartoon Network shows around anymore. And so it's unfortunate. But also 7 years is a good run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It legitimately is.
And I saw Craig of the Creek. It's not something I was too excited about, but it wasn't something I ever hated. It was kind of just, alright, I could live with it. Obviously I don't watch Cartoon Network anymore because I don't have cable. But, yeah, I didn't hate Craig of the Creek. There's a new Arkham game in development. We don't know a lot. We just know it was a leak, and it's in development. That's all we know about it, pretty much. We also know that there is supposedly an Arkham Asylum remake in the works. Which, I don't understand why, but apparently that happens. It's happening. The PlayStation Network went down. This is something. For 24 hours, I have heard nothing but people complain that the PlayStation Network has been down. And they finally got it working, like, a couple hours ago. But people were bringing up about how there's a similar incident in 2011 where the PlayStation Network was out for an entire month because of hackers. And people were scared that this was the sequel event. But thankfully, it seems to be back for most people. And I imagine by tomorrow it'll be all the way back to normal.
I need to get the PlayStation fired up.
Yeah. We're almost done with the news. This is kind of a weird one, but I kind of liked it, so I thought I'd bring it up. You know what an anglerfish is, right?
Somewhat?
They have the little light on their head, and they live in the really deep part of the ocean.
Yeah.
They're in Nemo when they attack. Yeah. Now, they live in the deep part of the ocean in the complete darkness. And what was interesting is that today, for the first time ever, an anglerfish was spotted out in the light, not in the deep. And we don't really know why. And there are some theories. I think the most plausible theory was that it was at the end of its life, and it was either blind or just wanted to see what was up. And reportedly it did die, so it's no longer with us. But video footage of the thing came out, and first of all, they're scary as hell to look at. But scientists are completely baffled because they've never seen this before.
Well, when fish go to die, they just kind of swim.
Yeah.
They don't really know where they're going or whatever. They're just dying, so they just swim.
Yeah. But the crazy theory I heard, and I don't think it's true, is that some people think that the anglerfish are evolving to go higher up, either because a change in the food or there's something down there that they don't want to be near. That's the rumors. But I just believe it was dying and just went up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, well, a fish naturally swims up, stops swimming, drifts back down.
Yeah.
Up. That's a dying fish.
Yeah. But,
kind of like, when, foxes or coyotes are dying, they'll just happen to wander into big, heavily populated areas. Or if they're rabid, they'll they'll just wander in the heavily populated areas. That's why you kind of want to, how do I say this?
kill.
Yeah, that's why you want to kind of, when they wander into populated areas, you want to kill them.
Yeah. You don't really want to fuck with rabies. That shit's scary.
Yeah.
That shit's still fatal. Like, there's no cure for rabies. If you get it, you have to go to a doctor immediately, or else you're pretty much screwed.
Yeah, that's why you want to kill them from a distance.
Yeah.
I'm very pro everybody should have a pellet gun. Or some form of air-powered rifle.
Why not just a bullet gun?
City limits.
Well, okay. I guess not everybody, like crazy people and inmates and such.
Air-powered rifle, it's quieter. It's less alarming.
Okay.
It has enough power to kill a rabid animal, but not too much to hurt anybody else. I mean, obviously you can still hurt somebody or kill somebody with an air rifle. Chances are significantly lower, but it'll pop, take out the animal, and the animal gets put out of its misery, so it's not suffering anymore, and no one's gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
Or you can just let the fucking farmers kill coyotes again, and we won't have this fucking problem.
Okay. Well, a lot of things have rabies more than just coyotes.
Yeah, coyotes,
Bats.
foxes.
Bats are the bad one. Like, a lot of bats.
Yeah, bats.
Raccoons are also kind of bad with them.
Yeah, raccoons. But they naturally go into populated areas. They're not a very shy animal.
Yeah. I saw a fox the other day for the first time at my Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
I think it got into our parking lot and didn't know how to get out.
Yeah. But yeah, there is sometimes it's necessary to shoot an animal.
Yeah.
For the protection of other animals and people.
Yeah, PETA. Oh, sorry, what?
Yeah, like if they start wandering around the campground. Obviously, if you're at a campground, very populated, lots of people, and there's just a coyote walking down the road, yes, it's time to put it out of his misery.
Yeah, I saw a coyote a few weeks ago in our town, but it ran away.
Yeah.
I've been noticing a lot more coyotes in our town recently.
Yeah. There's probably a big outbreak of rabies, which is why my dog had to live in the garage for a few months.
Okay.
Still waiting for a lot of coyotes to just wander up to my door with little baby coyotes asking for fucking
child support.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen, folks.
So I think my dog's gonna be the cause of a new breed of coyotes.
Half Australian Shepherd, half coyote.
I bet you 20 years from now, they're gonna be talking about this new breed of coyote. It's called the Mid-Central Illinois Coyote. It's gonna just be half my dog.
Yeah, okay.
He was gone a while. He
was gone for a long time, and he just showed up one day.
2 months, and they found him in a garage. He seemed healthy, but we still kept him out in the garage for a couple months.
Fair enough.
It was sad to leave him there, but we had to.
Yeah.
Once we got through the time that he would have been showing any signs, and his dipshit ass wasn't showing any signs, we brought him back in the house. He's been a pain in my goddamn ass ever since.
Were you rooting for the rabies?
I was not.
Okay, you're like, oh god, I know how old Yeller ends, and Jesus, let's just do this. You weren't like that?
Oh god, I don't. My mom's. I know what I'm gonna have to do. Everybody's gonna have issues with it, and everybody's gonna be all sad and mad, and I don't want to deal with it.
Fair enough.
So we're just gonna leave him in the garage. We're gonna give him access to food and water and cool air, warm air, and we'll just let nature take its course. It's like 2 months later, and he's like, "Oh, he's still fine."
Yeah.
Go back in the fucking house. Stop pissing all over my garage.
Oh no, not the dually.
Yeah. Didn't piss on the dually or shit on the dually.
Okay.
But we let him back in the house. He wandered 2 steps in, and then my other dog fucking whipped the shit out of him.
Who the fuck are you?
Like, whipped the absolute dog shit out of this. Quite literally whipped the dog shit out of him.
Oh no, you have to clean that up.
Yes.
It was like one of those when the hippo does the little tail thing.
No.
Oh.
No. just kind of full sprinted at him and headbutted him into the wall.
Damn. Yep. Was it a sign of love or anger?
I don't know.
Okay. Maybe he left for a reason. Well, want to talk about the last thing in the news then?
Yep. Let's go.
It's something I don't even know how to talk about, I'll be honest. It's the whole airplanes falling out of the sky.
The fuck?
You heard about all the airplane crashes?
No?
Oh. Pretty much it happened in DC. Airplane with passengers hit a Black Hawk with military personnel.
Oh.
And it killed
fuck.
pretty much everyone on both, yeah.
Not
And then
good.
a few days after, there was like more plane incidents, and it became kind of a political mess, and it was one side pointing fingers and one side pointing fingers. And I'm not going to get into it unless you want me to, but yeah.
How many plane crashes were there?
There were like 4 big ones. I'm counting the Black Hawk, and the one is 2, and then 2 other plane crashes.
So 3 planes.
Yeah.
Is there one about to be one more go down in a field?
Oh no. Maybe. But yeah, that was the big event, was the one in with the Black Hawk, just because it had soldiers on it, or military personnel. I don't exactly know.
Again, a lot of military exercises are very, very secret. So, again, it might have been wrong place, wrong time. People got the schedules wrong and they collided.
Yeah.
Which it could happen. I mean,
this isn't something I should laugh at, but I thought it was just ridiculous. One of the news people asked Trump, "Hey, you want to go to the site of the crash?" And Trump's like, "Over the water?" Because it happened over the water outside the airport. It's like, all right. I can't swim.
but yeah, I mean, it could be of just a wrong place, wrong time. There was a plane got delayed going through a section they didn't know it was going through, and helicopter got in the way. I could see it happening.
Yeah, it was crazy footage. And then
What was the 2 other planes?
I actually don't remember their exact details, but they were around the same area too. It all happened near the East Coast and DC area.
Was it other aircraft related or?
No. One of them straight up just fell at the sky. We don't really know why he did that.
I hate to say it as much as I want to be conspiracy. It sounds like just fucking coincidence.
I think it's just a coincidence too, but yeah, there are people going around saying one thing and other thing. But
Yeah, I think it's just wrong place, wrong time, and a heavy amount of coincidence. But you know.
And then the Trump administration, they announced those drone sightings and said that it was just regular drones. That's it. Yeah, that's what I thought too. But we had to make a whole big deal about drones over New Jersey.
Yeah, it was a bunch of hobbyists and a training operation.
Yep.
Training people how to fly drones. Yeah,
but that's pretty much all the news.
I mean, it's kind of like, I think most people could have told you that. Like,
I mean, that's what I assumed.
the military is going to start training with drones and how to fly them and everything.
Yeah.
And then hobbyists that have all the drones and shit.
Did you? Well, there was one thing. Trump wants to add another state that isn't Canada or Greenland or Puerto Rico this time. This one's a fucking weird one. He wants to somehow get, because there's Israel and they're having a fight with Gaza or Palestine, or not Palestine. It's Palestine, whatever.
Yeah, Palestine.
He wants to make Palestine a U.S. territory.
Why?
I don't know.
Isn't that? Never mind.
I don't want to know his idea of that.
Isn't that where all the blowy up people are?
That's where a lot of refugees that want to hide from the blowy up people are, and then some of the blowy up people are in with them.
Oh, no. The answer is no.
Yeah.
I think I have about 3,000 people to agree with me on that one.
3,000. Is there a specific reason for that number?
Yes, there is. You fucking dipshit.
I am. 3,000. Oh, okay.
I'll explain later.
Oh, I get it now. Okay. It took me a second. To be fair, that was a different group of people.
Blowy uppy people are blowy uppy people.
Blowy uppy people. I hate that. It's like a stutter.
Again, Irish blowy uppy people, Middle Eastern blowy uppy people. Blowy uppy people are pretty much all the same.
Yeah. Anyway, we don't really have a topic. I don't know what else to say.
What's your favorite type of blowy uppy people?
Oh, the Irish ones are definitely fun.
Oh yeah, they're the coolest.
They are.
And they kind of keep to themselves.
Yeah, they've been around. I mean, they haven't really done much in recent years.
Yeah.
They've been real quiet since
I
the Queen
don't know
died.
how they're going to help with my retirement, but I agree with everything to say about the British.
Yeah. Is it the IRA?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's the fucking joke, you dipshit.
I was like, wait, those are two different things.
Yes.
Listen, I am tired still. I didn't even do anything today. I went outside and I walked around town. Maybe kind of depressed. I maybe realized there's not a lot in this town.
I was happy. I was fiddle fucking with the rabbit.
Yeah, the rabbit.
Which is about to get really, really cool.
Yeah, what are you gonna do with it?
So it's always had a battery issue, as we know.
You stole me a battery. Yeah. Okay, go on.
Oh yeah, I do.
That's a gremlin battery. We fucked up.
Yeah. So I'm putting a battery cutoff in it, and I'm going for a little higher quality battery, a Group 31 battery, commercial
Okay.
truck battery.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be all rewired and put in the bed, so I can quit arcing them out on the fucking goddamn hood cable.
Oh yeah.
So it's gonna be that's gonna be bolted in the bed with an actual bracket. So it won't fly in the fan again. But yeah. And then I'm actually putting new bumpers on it.
Oh really? Why?
Because the old ones, they were aluminum, and those I really can't do what I want to do with it.
Okay.
So they're getting solid steel bumpers that are way, way too stout for what that thing needs.
Hell yeah. You want to get some gremlin bumpers or something?
What?
Bumpers from a gremlin?
No thicker than that.
Okay.
They're structural steel bumpers.
Oh shit. Okay.
Like they are like 3/8 inch thick wall triangle tubing.
Okay.
That's been sitting in my backyard. So those are going to be the bumpers, and then just getting a front hitch receiver, a rear hitch receiver for reasons.
Okay.
Building the brush guard and all that, finally doing the exhaust how I wanted to.
Oh, how's that?
It's just a stack coming out of the bed.
Oh yeah, I remember you talking about that. Okay.
Yeah. For actual legitimate reasons and everything that I want to use it for.
Yeah.
Keep the exhaust off the ground. Because I have started at least 2 grass fires with that car.
Yeah. I do remember when the rabbit caught on fire, but that wasn't the car's fault.
Yeah. But it's got a lot of plans for it.
Okay.
Gonna build a headache rack.
Okay.
Put lights on it so I can actually work with it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be able to pull a trailer from both the front and the back.
Cool.
It's just gonna be neat. It's gonna be a neat little ride when I'm done.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on with my life. be honest with you. it's in a weird spot right now. I'm working on a big YouTube video. I don't know if I should say much about it. It's not very interesting. I'm working on maybe 2. One of them's early in progress. One of them's being worked on right now. Then that will lead into another podcast series on this channel where I talk about movies. Yeah.
That's cool.
And then, I don't really have any plans. After I get this PC fixed, which that's going to be what I do next week, I'm going to start trying to upload all the playthrough stuff onto the playthrough channel again.
Yeah,
because I stopped after Simpsons Hit and Run, and so I should probably start that up again.
Yeah. I'm actually ordering parts for the Rabbit and getting a little bit of the work started, but I'm actually looking into buying a camera. If you have any suggestions or anything on that, I'm buying a camera so I can start filming the fuckery I commit with my vehicles.
I will say, and you might hate me for this, instead of a camera, I think we're kind of at the point where maybe an iPhone. I know you don't like iPhones, but they have great camera quality. And if you get a stand, that is kind of perfect. And you just use it to film with, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, if that's a possibility for me to do, but again, I'd rather
get a camera.
Yeah, it'd probably be easier to use the iPhone, but again, I'd rather just get the camera. And
I will say one thing about modern cameras is that they aren't as good as they used to be. Ever since phones have incorporated cameras, like Walmart, the cameras at Walmart are just like cheap brand. Like it's like $200, but it's like barely worth like $30. Really, it's really weird.
I want to get something to where I can.
That's why I have this webcam. That's what I use, and it's not great, but it works.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find a camera that I can use to kind of film and. Yeah, because what I'm doing with the Rabbit's actually kind of cool.
Yeah. I remember when we first got the Gremlin, I thought about making a series on working on the Gremlin, but I still have all that video footage, I think, but I never used it for anything.
Yeah, I just got to get a good camera and everything so I can actually start filming. There's going to be a lot of how-to videos on the Rabbit because there's not a lot of information out there.
Yeah, something I do recommend is if you want to get a little professional, there's these ring lights that are really cool. I actually just bought one, and they look really cool. I think it's over there somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe. I put it somewhere. I kind of forgot where I put it.
I definitely want to do a lot of how-to videos with the Rabbit because, again, there's not a lot out there on it. I'm actually having to order like $100 book.
Yeah, that is one downside to older cars, is that like every new car you could find a YouTube tutorial to replace the most stupid part that you can never think of. But when it comes to like an old car, it's like you aren't going to find that on YouTube.
Yeah, and I'm slowly figuring it out, and I definitely want to kind of document what I'm doing with these particular vehicles. Because although the setups on each vehicle I'm working on are similar, they're all meant for different purposes. Especially the Rabbit. The Rabbit's gonna be a fucking lifesaver when it's done.
Yeah.
Fucking neighbor.
The neighbor? What was wrong with the neighbor?
It's excessively difficult to back a trailer into my house, into my driveway or around my house with my truck because they park the way everybody's parked.
Yeah. Well, you did find a cool little spot to work on your car, though.
Yeah. I finally got a little place to work on the Rabbit, and a couple other vehicles might end up over there, but we'll see what happens.
I might put the Gremlin over there at some point.
Oh, it's not that big. Oh, never mind.
Wait, what?
What
do you mean it's not that?
I got confused on what you were saying. Never mind. Don't listen to me.
Okay.
Don't listen to me. But yeah. So that's where the front hitch to the Rabbit comes into play.
Yeah.
So essentially what I'm going to do is instead of trying to fiddle fuck back up a trailer with absolutely no room, I'm just gonna hook it to the front of the rabbit
Yeah.
and just drive it in forward, but pushing the trailer.
Yeah.
And see how well that works.
Did you think I was talking about the gremlin being towed by the rabbit? Or no?
I'll explain later.
Okay.
But yeah.
Mm.
It's gonna be great.
Sounds cool.
Again, we would try.
We would try.
We definitely would try.
Man, I was thinking about the Minion Mobile. I was watching a podcast and they were bringing up if someone would rather have a Sonic themed car or a Minion themed car, and I was like, oh buddy, I got the car for you. He chose the Minion themed car. He apparently hates Sonic.
Yeah.
Oh my
Again,
God.
things that there are things in the works for that car. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a lot of get it mechanically sound and then get it under the welder. The welder's gonna be a lot of welding.
Yeah. Especially with the headache rack.
Headache rack, and the bumpers are gonna have to be welded on.
Yeah, I forgot about the bumpers.
And then I gotta weld the brush guard. All the light mounts are gonna have to be welded on.
Yeah.
Because not only is it getting a front hitch to put a ball in and push a trailer into my yard, it's going to have a front tow bar that's welded in.
Mm-hmm.
With the front tow bar, I'm also welding in trailer lights. I'm going to wire in trailer lights.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So if I go to, say, I go a couple towns over to buy a vehicle,
like you usually do,
I can just drive the rabbit, hook the rabbit up to the vehicle that I'm going to get, and pull it home.
Okay.
Or if the rabbit breaks down like it does.
Like it does.
Or at that, I could just tow the dolly with it.
Okay.
And then hook the dolly up to the other vehicle, load the rabbit on the dolly, and drive home.
Okay. Not car related, but I guess I'll talk about something I've been doing. It's just been watching a show. It's nothing crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Not Canadian Batman has suggested a show he used to watch called Miraculous.
Mm-hmm.
What an awful show.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I kind of like it. It's fun, but it really is like brain rot. He told me he likes to put it on while he eats McDonald's so he can show his brain what he's feeding his body or something like that. It's like, good God. Yeah. But I'm gonna have to watch 6 seasons of that, which is fun. And then, Not Canadian Batman had a story. At some point, he does want to come on this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But he is Mexican.
Yeah.
And so 2 days after Trump, he had a meeting with our little friend called Ice.
Okay.
Yeah, that was very scary, but he is legal. He does not feel safe going outside, so now he just stays home, which I feel bad for.
But we both have a Mexican friend.
Yeah, has he been visited too?
No.
Oh. I will say there's like one town I've noticed got really hit. It's where my gremlin is from, Bjorn, Illinois. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen nothing but posts on their group because I'm on their group because my gremlin was there,
Mm-hmm.
and apparently it was like really crazy. Like they had like a military. Apparently that has a high Mexican population. That town does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But if they're legal, they're not gonna have a problem.
Yeah.
My Mexican friend that I work with
Mm-hmm.
is military brat
Okay.
and all that. Huge military family background.
Yeah.
Also had people in his family fight for some unsavory sides. Wasn't their choice.
Okay.
Yeah. But he's not afraid of anything.
Okay.
He has nothing to worry about. He was born here. He's legal.
Not kidding, Batman was born here too, yeah. Actually, his whole family, I think, was born here, but yeah.
Of course, this guy moved from here. He moved here to Illinois from Hawaii.
Yeah? Man, I'm hungry all of a sudden. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Miraculous. I don't know if I'd recommend that show, but that's what I've been watching recently. I'm trying to figure out if I'm hungry or I need to throw up. I haven't figured that out yet.
I really want to hear the ice story from him.
He apparently just got off of work and they were just waiting for him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why?
Someone must have reported him. I don't know.
That there's a good chance that could happen, actually.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But it's happened multiple times or something.
Yeah, you just have somebody that doesn't like him.
I don't like your kind around here.
But again, although I threatened.
Did you threaten to call ICE when he pissed you off?
Yes.
Yes! Hell yes!
Since he got hired, I've threatened to get him have him deported like every day.
Yeah.
But again.
Anyway, I think I'm all out of things to talk about. At some point, we're going to do a school stories topic. We thought about it this week and it just didn't happen, really.
Yeah.
That's going to be a weird episode. It really will be.
Yeah, us trying to fucking remember shit.
And then I guess we'll do our Q&A AI question, because we need real questions, which you can comment below or send to ramblincast69@gmail.com, which is in the description below if you want to give us a question. But here's an AI question.
Mm-hmm.
If you could switch lives with any person for a day, who would it be and why?
Any person for a day. Like straight up switch lives, you're them for a day?
Yeah. Donald Trump, November, whatever the election day was. I'm sure that was the most exciting day of his life. Like, yes, I'm back. Nah, that's not my answer, but that's a fun one. Is it wrong to say Oswald on the day JFK was shot?
See, never mind. Not gonna say that.
Well, okay.
But kind of close to what I was thinking.
Yeah, what were you thinking?
John Wilkes Booth.
Damn, we were pretty close. That's a hard question. I never really heard this question before. They just popped it out like a minute ago, and I don't really have an answer off the top of my head.
Not a political or racial statement, but fuck Abraham Lincoln.
Okay.
Piece of shit.
Okay.
The fucking piece of shit.
I should ask the AI how this podcast views Abraham Lincoln. You went through many Abraham Lincoln rants, like every podcast.
He did nothing. He fucking didn't. He was bullied into every good thing he ever did. Every shitty thing he ever did was completely his choice and could have chose different. But he's a piece of fucking shit. Oh, have you heard? How true do you think the MLK documents are?
All about Trump releasing them? Or
no, people saying he was just a massive piece of shit.
Who, on MLK?
Yeah.
I mean, we all have our faults. I know he cheated on his wife, but I don't think he was probably that big of a piece of shit.
Oh, people are just like, all of a sudden on the internet he went to like the worst person in the world.
Okay.
But that's
sounds like
what
Twitter.
I've seen. No.
Oh.
It's not actually Twitter.
Shit, I'm still thinking of the person I want to be.
I'm still thinking.
I had a joke, but I don't know how to put it, so I gotta keep thinking.
I could be anyone for a day, and I'm just them.
Tom Holland on his wedding mood with Zendaya? Or Zendaya on her honeymoon with Tom Holland? I don't know. Yeah, I don't have a clear answer. I can't really think of one. I'm throwing out some things here that are crazy, though. Dead air.
Okay, can I give the selfless answer?
Sure.
Ben Shapiro, so he shuts the fuck up for at least one day.
Just like tomorrow, just a random day, just shut the fuck up. I can keep to myself. Man, I heard.
Or Alex Jones, so no one has to listen to his shit for a day.
Oh god, I have not heard from Ben Shapiro in a long time. It's been a while. I used to kind of follow him, not like I liked him, but he just popped up in my feed all the time, being a dick, and I'd be like, all right, here he is again.
Literally any really annoying person, I'd be any annoying person for a day just to make them, just so they're shut up for one day.
Who's that one? Is it German lady? I forget her name all the time. Gretchen? Not Gretchen. Maybe Gretchen?
Greta
Thunberg?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking of wild thornberries. I don't know why.
Yeah, the environmentalist, it's just kind of a cunt.
Yeah, she is kind of a cunt.
I like how both the, wannabe messiah of the environment and the environmental antichrist is both has the same kind of autism.
Yeah. You know who I wouldn't want to be? Kamala Harris on January 20th, having to certify the results.
That was great.
That was not January 20th. That was January 6th. How could I forget?
That was awesome. She's went he won. Everybody just fucking goes wild. I lost. Everybody gets louder. That was great.
Kamala Harris is not a good choice, but damn, they kind of fucked themselves with Joe Biden. They really did.
Yeah, well, yeah.
To be fair, I'm surprised Joe Biden won 2020. I predicted it, but I was still like, damn, he's got a lot that he needs to fix, and he can't. But so did Trump, so shit. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I don't really 100% have an answer. You can use one of the answers I gave. I gave 5 answers.
Yeah, just literally anybody annoying.
What are you looking at? Oh, you know it'd be a fun one. Oh, what's that guy's name? I know he died.
So you can do whatever you want, right?
Cooper. What's Cooper's name? DB Cooper. That'd be a fun one. You know what day. I think he died, but that'd still be fun.
Yeah. So I can do whatever I want, right?
Sure. This is not legal advice, but sure.
I could, if I was somebody else, I can just do whatever I want with whatever they have.
Yeah. Is this going to be a sick answer, Ricky?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
So, I'd be one of the Paul brothers, just to ruin both of their fucking careers.
Okay.
Just absolutely ruin everything.
I actually heard something recently about one of the Paul brothers, but I can't. Oh, he was in the Royal Rumble, and then John Cena just showed up out of retirement. I'm pretty sure he knocked him out of the Royal Rumble and then just left the ring. John Cena just wanted to come back, take out whichever Paul brother was, and just fucking left.
Wait, okay, so if they die, do you die?
I don't know.
I'm gonna assume if they die, you just go back to being yourself.
Elon Musk, so I can jump out a fucking building. I hate that guy.
Just become one of the Paul brothers and just murder suicide.
This has gotten very dark, but yeah, I guess we can just name people we hate and then suicide. Yeah.
Yep.
That's the best answer of this podcast.
Oh, that'd be fucked up.
Would it?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Ooh, no, it'd be a fun one. Oh fuck, this is a good joke. I gotta think of the guy's name. Wisconsin. He's from Wisconsin. He ate people. He killed people.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Jeffrey Dahmer. I want to be Jeffrey Dahmer on Thanksgiving. Because we both know he had some fucking crazy food prepared that day. I'm just curious, and I don't want to be the one to do it. Anything else? Vincent?
So you...
Oh, go on.
You start being this person at midnight?
Sure. Midnight to midnight? Sure.
Okay.
What is this?
Trying to think of a person. I'm just trying to think of a person, but you know where I'm going.
Is it this? Or no?
No.
Okay,
No, it's a little bit newer.
a little bit more recent. Okay.
Someone that should have died in the early 2000s.
Seth MacFarlane?
That'd be a little hard to make happen, but, you know...
Well, if he woke up on time. If he woke up on time and boarded that plane...
I know you definitely know where I'm going.
Oh! Well...
What's a horrible person from the year 2001?
Well, to be fair, there were 4 pilots. I mean, if you killed yourself as Osama bin Laden before 2001?
No. No, someone from the year 2001 that's just an absolute piece of shit that has hurt things.
And not Osama bin Laden?
Yeah.
George Bush?
No.
Al Gore?
Someone that's possible.
Any
celebrities that are just absolute pieces of shit.
Man, 2001, that's when I was 1 year old. I'm trying to think what was going on back then. Rush Limbaugh?
What did he do?
I don't know. Just give me a name.
I'm trying to think of a person that it'd be perfect for the plan.
I don't fucking know. Ronald Reagan? I have Alzheimer's. I don't know where I'm at.
I'm thinking. Horrible people.
If
horribly bad.
If you control someone with Alzheimer's, do you also get Alzheimer's?
Oh, I got it. I got it. I know.
Okay.
This is the ultimate, like, thing I could do because a whole bunch of bad shit wouldn't happen.
Alright.
I want to be Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, God.
On September 11th, 2001.
There you go, buddy.
I'm going to take a nice stroll to the top of the World Trade Center and let nature take its course.
Okay. Yeah.
That's probably one of the most horrible things I've ever said, but it would work.
Probably. I like how we spent 5 minutes trying to think of a horrible person alive at that time.
Sounds. Hey, if you lived in New York, it wouldn't be a far travel.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have to.
You wouldn't even have to go on the plane. You could have just been on top of the tower.
Yeah, that's what I'm. That was the whole plan. Who do I need to get to the top of the World Trade Center on that day to make sure they're dead?
Doesn't have to be the top. In fact, closer to like the mid top where the
No. I want them to be scared.
Well, you'd still be stuck in their body. This is at like 8 a.m.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I know. I'm into the theatrics. I want to ride the building down.
Oh, that sounds fun.
But we just need a win. We need a piece of shit.
Yeah.
To go down.
Anyway. Maybe... I don't know. That's kind of a fucked up answer. Luigi Mangione.
What, so he doesn't look like so much of a retard?
I mean, I'd probably fumble it worse, to be honest.
Like, Jesus Christ, he kind of fucked... He shat the bed there.
Okay. But yeah, I think I'm all out of ideas on that.
He literally He literally could have never been caught. If he had done a few extra steps, he could have never been caught and walked free for the rest of his life.
I don't know if it would have been never, but definitely would have been a lot longer.
Yeah. How about don't carry the gun with you? How about don't leave your backpack with Monopoly money?
See, we could have helped him here. See?
How about just don't do dumb shit?
Well, no, you gotta do the dumb shit.
Did it change anything?
Not really. But it was fun.
Exactly.
The thrill of the moment.
The only thing that's gonna come with it is a bunch of fucking uppity bastards and a lot of new gun laws.
Mm-hmm. And a lot more security on the next guy. Come on, that was a good one. Come on.
And we're trying to get less gun laws, not more gun laws.
Yeah. But, yeah, I think that's all for my answers. And I think we're probably going to hit the end of this podcast, unless you have anything else you want to say.
Don't do dumb shit. We're trying to get less gun laws.
Okay. My one thing I will say is that hopefully we can get this podcast to be weekly again soon, because we're doing this like monthly at this point. But after I get the PC fixed, everything should be better, I think. Mm-hmm. Unless our schedules collide or something, you know.
Yeah, I still have that 1 weekend a month.
Yeah.
Which hopefully will be ending soon.
Oh, okay. But with that, I think we'll end this podcast. Anything you want to end with?
Don't do dumb shit.
Butt stuff.
Butt stuff.
Butt stuff.
Hopefully, if I can find a good camera, and then start a YouTube channel.
Hillary Clinton's ass just keeps getting bigger.
Rabbit videos might be coming, and Dodge Dakota videos.
Oh, I forgot about that thing.
Possibly dually videos.
That'd be cool.
And just basic fuckery videos of the shit that I do.
Yeah. And then, get your pets and weird relatives spayed and neutered.
And keep shitting out your ass.
And butt stuff.